Well, good Monday morning. It's good to be with you again this morning. I'm going to ask you a question. Have you ever had this thought, ever had this question come to mind? Did the death of Jesus on the cross fully accomplish salvation? Have you ever had that thought? Here's what I mean. Did his death get everything? Did it accomplish everything we're looking for it to accomplish? Did it do all of that? Or is there something more? Is there anything else that seals up this deal nice and tidy for me? I think we want so badly to see tangible signs. If I could see the thing that he did, then I would believe that. We want tangible signs of the work accomplished, don't we? We want to see those things. And that then can sometimes creep into the ways we view the rhythms of the church, because the rhythms of the church are tangible things, tangible signs, aren't they? If I do this, then Jesus, it shows that Jesus really did save, right? If I can do this thing or do this enough, if I can sing loud enough, if I can do the right things, go through the right motions, if I can pray the right words, does that seal the deal? The question for the Catechism today deals in part with that. Question 47 asks this: does the Lord's Supper add anything to Christ's atoning work? And the answer is no. Christ died once for all. The Lord's Supper is a covenant meal celebrating Christ's atoning work, and it is also a means of strengthening our faith as we look to Him, and a foretaste of the future feast. But those who take part with unrepentant hearts eat and drink judgment on themselves. It answers the question, does the Lord's Supper add anything to Christ's atoning work? I think this is beautiful. Peter says in 1 Peter, for Christ also suffered once for sins, the righteous for the unrighteous, that he might bring us to God. Christ died once. He's not killed over and over and over again. There's nothing that needs to be added to that. Can we just rest in that today, that Christ died once, and that death was sufficient for everything that needed to take place to atone for sins, your sins and mine. Nothing needs to be added. Nothing the church can do would add to that. Nothing you would do would add to that. Jesus' finished work on the cross was sufficient. And when we all get back together to celebrate together, it's going to be a great day. When we all get back together to celebrate this finished work through the Lord's Supper, we're going to see and we're going to hear again that in no way are we adding to Christ's work, but in a way that points to the fact that it's completed. The work has been completed. Jesus did it all. So here's the question again. Does the Lord's Supper add anything to Christ's atoning work? The answer is no. Christ died once for all. The Lord's Supper is a covenant meal celebrating Christ's atoning work, as it is also a means of strengthening our faith as we look to Him, and a foretaste of the future feast. But those who take part with unrepentant hearts eat and drink judgment on themselves.